Anjali?
Anjali,
All right, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
you're getting it. That was a good try.
All right. How are you doing today?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that we didn't miss it. My husband will be over in just a second. We have a little guest over here who's awake from her nap, but we're going to make it through this anyway. Um, so, Zach, thank you so much for all of this because I know that there's a lot of questions that we have. And to be honest with you, we have so many, we don't even really know where to start. but um, so, first question. We got on to pull up some of these different lists from Prop Source. Is it
Okay. Prop stream.
Prop Stream? Sorry,
Your
Prop
husband's Ken, right? Is it Ken?
Kenneth. Kenneth.
All right. Okay. My memory's coming back. Okay. All right. Cool.
We
It's
deal with a
clicking.
lot of
All right.
people. We
I
get
remember
it. We
this.
get it.
Sweet.
So
How's it
got
going,
this
Ken?
list.
What's up, man?
So we got this list. First
Okay.
of all, we're trying to figure out the niche that we want to focus on. There's a lot of auctions that are coming up, right? We live in LA County. There's a lot going on. Foreclosures just seem smart for us to do. Maybe you can speak to that, but got this list. There's auctions coming up like early May. And I know it may be a short timeline, but what if we could help the homeowners? We'd love to be able to do that and still be able to make a profit, but we don't know what to do past this list. We're looking at all the different numbers. There's a lot to examine here, and we just don't really know what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to save you some headache, but it's gonna be very sad. LA County is gonna be very hard for you to do any of this stuff. Let's say you go. There's two ways you can do it. Either you can be the person that tries to go to the foreclosure and get the best bid and try to make a profit there. There's 5 million families in China that will outbid you all cash tomorrow. Especially they want to buy a lot of stuff in the metros, Los Angeles, Miami, New York. So you're going to lose on that side. Hedge funds too. Like
You're talking about at the auction, right?
Huh?
Are you talking about at the auction?
Yeah, at the auction.
I'm
Like,
not
you're not
talking
going to win
about
any
at the
bids.
auction. I'm talking
Okay.
about going to the homeowner before
Oh
their
yeah,
hits auction.
tax delinquencies. You can get them on PropStream pretty easily.
That's what this is.
Yeah, you won't be the first person to do it in LA, but you could do it pretty well. The problem is there's gonna be a lot of guys and gals trying to hit up that list.
Okay.
The main issue you're gonna find there is if you try to cold call this list, they're not gonna answer because if they're not paying their taxes, they're probably not paying their credit card bill, and that means loan sharks and loan officers are gonna be calling them nonstop. So they're already not even gonna answer their phones. So the only thing that works is SMS and direct mail for people behind on taxes. So it's a sticky situation. And then half the time they list it. Tax delinquencies are very hard in saturated markets. So it's definitely an uphill battle already. LA's, I mean, I'd skip that. I'd go east to Riverside, Inland Empire if I were you. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
But LA County, I haven't seen anyone make it work in LA County.
Why?
That's
It's just
the honest truth.
the amount of people.
It's just the amount of people, the pricing there, like just the $300,000 houses in LA County are like single family are very tough. You go out to Inland Empire, it's a lot easier.
Okay.
You can virtually wholesale anywhere in the country though.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do anywhere in the Southeast, like do Tennessee. My personal opinion, you'll do so much more success if you do the Southeast, like very low populations, very low price points than in LA County in your own backyard.
Okay.
That's what I've seen. I mean, the best wholesaler I know in Los Angeles County right now, well, two. Pretty sure Kang's out there, and I know Lauren Hardy's out there, and they're all virtual. I follow their lead there because I don't live there. So every top wholesaler I know that lives there is doing it virtual, and I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. That's my opinion.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
Probates. And I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, but there's a lot of probates here in LA County.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of everything, right? So I'm just wondering, would it be worth it to reach out to probate attorneys and somehow try to get some work with them. I'm just like, what do we have in our hands? And what
Yeah.
can we do with what we have in our hands?
You could virtually wholesale for free, just like you're doing it in LA. So don't think like you have to just do it there. My issue is I can't give an A-OK on it because I don't know one guy in or gal in Los Angeles that are making wholesaling work at a good scale, like a good, healthy scale. Like eventually I want you in a market where you can make 400 or 500 grand a year in profit. Probably what you guys want more. I don't know one person in Los Angeles that's doing that. I know some flippers, but those guys are very like, they got the crews and everything. It's way too complicated right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying right now. You can go out and try it. I just haven't seen anyone have success with it. And I can't tell you to do something blind. I can't recommend that. So I mean, we closed a bunch of deals in Tennessee like last year. So I know that stuff works.
Right.
So that's
Okay.
kind of where I'm at.
Would you have anybody on your team that would be able to help either walk us through a JV, a deal in Riverside or somewhere in the Southeast?
You can go contact people in Riverside that will probably JV with you. It'd be
Okay.
better to have someone like right there.
Okay.
So you can partner up with a bunch of people there.
Okay. Awesome.
But yeah, that's probably what I do. Just the prices are just once a price point is too high, it's very hard to make those deals work.
Is it because it's hard to find a cash buyer for that level?
Oh, the cash buyer is easy. It's just the sellers not willing to take a discount enough, especially on a very high price point.
Yeah, because a lot of these houses have such high equity too. Like the equity levels are just crazy in some of these houses. Over 50% equity.
That's insane.
Yeah. So to walk away from that kind of money, I get that.
And people, if you got $100,000 house that needs a lot of work, they just walk away from it.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with probates. Kind of like I'm telling you, Los Angeles, you're not even wholesalers, not even your issue in a probate in Los Angeles County. It's the realtors. I have to compete with realtors on all my probate deals now. The realtors will hammer that list like crazy. So that's the issue.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that takes us back to square one.
I know. Well, I mean, you're here every week, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But I would look it up, like look up Los Angeles wholesaling and do your research on it. I personally haven't found one person that's done very well.
Okay.
I know people that wholesale in New York City, but they're like, they know commercial like the back of their hand and they work for hedge funds for 15 years in the city. So they do the little niche stuff. San Francisco too. The guys I know out there that do very well because they do like land deals and they make like, they'll do $200,000-$300,000 deals a year and that's it. But they have like a full team. Los Angeles, I haven't seen it. But the suburbs outside of it, I know guys easily making $1 million per year in doing Riverside, but they live in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So I know that works. So that's where I'd steer you towards because I want to bring you towards a blueprint that works.
No,
so
we
that's what I would do.
that. When JVing, do you have any advice? We don't know what a JV deal should, like the structure of the deal. We don't know what that's supposed to look like. What do you advise?
Yeah. So the cool part is, remember, you don't have to learn everything like today or tomorrow. You gradually just get 1% better every day. And it's compounds like crazy. So you being years better than 90% of everyone who's like even watched this on YouTube. So props to you here. So the JVing process, I got a billion videos on. It's just JV space flip. Whatever question you have, space flip with Rick, I know I probably have a video, like over 400 videos. So other people call it co-wholesaling. It's basically when you partner up with a deal with someone. For example, last month I had a guy who put a property under contract in Port St. Lucie. And they said, I have this under contract for $100,000 and I just can't sell this thing. It's impossible for me to sell it. And I'll say, well, I got a lot of cash buyers. So just let's do a JV agreement. So we wrote down on paper, I agree if I find a buyer for this deal that I will get 50% of the profits. And he had it under contract for like 90 and he was trying to sell it for 100. No, he had it on contract for 100. He was trying to sell it for like 120. He couldn't get sold. So I JV'd with him at the 100 and I found a buyer for 120. I made 10. He made 10. So that's how it worked. I found the buyer and at the end it was $20,000 in assignments. I got half of it. He got the other half.
Gotcha.
That's how JVing works. So if you're on the other end where you get the seller and you get under contract, but you can't find a buyer, someone like me over there that has I can get you guys connected with the top people over there. If you need like JVing help, but that's the way you would probably do it. So they'll help you find the buyer too. But right now very easy to find a cash buyer. It's getting the deal that's the hard part.
Okay. And then just having a quick written agreement about splitting the profits.
Yeah, it'd be a joint venture agreement, joint partnership agreement. They're actually pretty simple, and they're not really that complicated, like the contracts.
Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Thanks, Zach.